Hi, good morning, guys. First of all, let's see if everything is fine and I'm audible as well as visible, and if we have students, because that's essential. Um, okay, we do have. Okay. So guys, so we have today, like today's topic is letter writing. I'm really sorry because I couldn't post in a previous month, and we have the super revision batch that we were doing from November. Let me just tell you that I've completed all the literature chapters for it, and we just have to do the grammar and the other portion now. So today's topic is letter writing. Now I hope you understand this well. I'll try to at least, and let's see if you it turns out well and you understand letter writing better. Okay, so let's start. First of all, let me just tell you that if you want, you can join me on Academy Plus. Join me on Unacademy Plus. It actually gives you enormous features. So you can learn live from the comfort of your home. You have unlimited access to all the courses. You have top educators of India teaching you on one platform. You have exhaustive coverage of syllabus, doubt clearing sessions, then live test series, then we have study material in PDF format. We have answer writing session, mentorship and guidance, and much more. In addition to this, what's that more? We have daily practice session. We have weekly mock series. We have live quizzes, and guess what? From 9th of January, we have subjective test series. Now you'll get a paper. You have to write that paper, and it will be evaluated as per CBSE norms. You'll get personalized comments on it. Like, wow, that's amazing, right? You'll get personalized comments on it. How have you written? And it will get checked. And what are the correct answers and everything. Trust me, guys, you can study on YouTube, study on Special or on Plus. But if you are not writing your answers, if you're not checking if you have written good, or maybe if you're not practicing, then all of it is going in vain. So please understand the importance of giving tests and writing assignments, because yes, that is actually going to give you or fetch you good marks. So that's our Unacademy Plus feature, which you should count on right now, because we have finals right in front. So if you want, you can join me there. And yes, you can also consider taking Iconic subscription. So you have personal mentor here, live doubt solving. Then we have weekly report, parent connect, study planner, all the benefits of Plus under just one plan. Also, if you're wondering what I teach on Plus, I teach political science at 7:30 p.m. I teach English at 3:30 p.m. And I am teaching entrepreneurship, launching a cool course from this week only. So you can always join me there. These are the subjects that I teach on Plus right now. You can use my code, which is SDC18 or SDC Live, to get a 10% discount on your Plus or Iconic subscription. So you can always do that. And we have a lot of things coming in this particular area. So if you want, you can join me on Unacademy to know more about it. So to join me on Unacademy, you can always check out the description box, and maybe later, and you'll find my profile link there, so you can always follow me on Unacademy and never miss my classes. Also, SDC18 is one code that unlocks your Plus as well as your special class. What is a special class? Special class is a free class. So you can always check out if you are understanding the concepts very well on Unacademy, and the teachers, if you like them. The things like that. So special class are actually free class, and you can always join us there. To unlock the special class, you have to use the same code, but it will be free. So you have to use SDC18 to unlock the special classes, and yeah, you have to do that. It will be free. If you use SDC18 to unlock your Plus classes, you'll get 10% discount on, and rest of it you have to pay. So that's the entire thing. So this is Unacademy. Let's crack it. So first of all, I must tell you that I am making this video for class 11th. Okay. Now earlier we had a lot of other letters that used to form a part of the entire curriculum. From this 30% reduction thing that's going on, we have less letters, so we don't have letter to editors. Probably we don't have job applications, so we have business letters that are forming part of our curriculum. So today, in today's class, we are going to do those business letters. So first of all, let's do letter of complaint. Now, I want you guys to literally have your notebook right in front of you and jot down everything that I'm telling you, or take a screenshot. I would always suggest you to do, jot down things, because that's always better. But if not, that's not the case, you can always take a screenshot, because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to talk about the formats, and we're going to see examples, and yeah, that's there. So let's see the format of letter to like letter of complaint. So first of all, to begin with, you have to write the examination hall or the address given, like the sender's address. So whatever the address that's given in the question paper, in the question, or maybe whatever the sender's address is, you have to mention the address, that address on the top of your letter. Then you're going to leave a line and you're going to write your date. Now the date that you have to write should be full, so there should not be any short forms, and it should not be entirely in numbers. There are various reasons for it, because in America we write date differently, and in like British or India we write Britain and India we write date differently. So to avoid any kind of confusion in future, you should always write the exact date. Then we have the manager. For example, you're writing the complaint, like the complaint, obviously the letter of complaint would be written for a company or organization or anybody who has done bad to you, or maybe you have certain complaints for it. So whoever you are writing, the receiver's address will have that person's address. Normally it would be the manager if the designation is given in the question. If the details are given in the question, you can always write that. But in any other case, you have to write the manager. Then you're going to write name of the company and agency. So the company and agency you're writing this letter to, and then the address. Now in address, there would be maybe if they have the correct address, if you have the correct address, or if you can imagine the correct address, or the city, or the pin code, these will be there. So that will be the entire address. So once sender's address is done, date is done, receiver's address is done, we come to salutation. Now let me just tell you, salutation and subject, it is a controversial topic. You don't need to worry about writing salutation first or subject later, or subject first or salutation later. You can always do it vice versa. If you choose to write salutation first, go ahead and do that. If you choose to write subject first, go ahead and do that. It's always fine. Like in CBSE marking scheme, we are instructed to actually ignore the salutation and subject this thing format, so you can always do that. But also, let me just tell you one thing. A lot of you all worry about leaving a line in between, or maybe not leaving a line in between. It doesn't actually make any difference. Okay, leaving a line or not leaving a line, it totally depends on you. So if you feel that your writing is shabby, or maybe you want to present better, or maybe you want to make the letter more presentable and differentiated, and you want to have those demarcations between your paragraphs, or maybe the addresses and dates and salutations and stuff, then please do leave line. Because if you leave line, it will always be better, it will look better. But if you are not a person who's going to leave line after everything that's there, if you're not a person if you're a person who's not interested in leaving line, it's all right. Okay, so आपके marks उसके लिए deduct नहीं किए जाएंगे. You can always choose not to leave line or to leave line, because that's mere spaces. Nobody will judge you for that. Okay, so once that's done, we have to jump into the body. Now, the body is the main this thing, main paragraph of the letter. But don't feel that only body is important. The entire format is important. There are marks for format. Okay, so you have to see that. Now, in body, usually whatever that you're writing, whatever writing piece that you're writing, always divide your information into three parts. So you should divide the information into three parts. So divide the information into three parts. The first part should always be introduction. The second part should always be detail. And the third part should always be conclusion. So that's how it should be there. In the first part, introduction, detail, and conclusion. Now it depends on letter to letter. What are you going to write in introduction part, or the detail part, or the conclusion part? As far as the letter to complain is considered, you are going to write in the first paragraph the thing that you have purchased, anything that you're complaining for. When did you purchase it? Where did you purchase it from? What have you purchased? What's the model number, the brand, the bill number? So you have to write all of it, because the person needs to know what you're complaining for, and the person needs to know the authenticity of the complaint. Okay, so you have to mention all those things, and you can always mention the branch, or maybe the place that you have purchased for, the person that gave you that, everything. You can always mention all of it in the introduction section. Once that's done, you dive into paragraph number 2. Before you dive into paragraph number 2, don't forget to leave a line in between, so that you can always demark, okay, this was the para 1, this is the para 2. Now, in para 2, obviously, we are writing a complaint letter. So you have to give some technical complaints. Make sure that the complaints that you are mentioning, are actually material complaints, and a person actually count on it. One more thing that you need to take care of here is that please write at least 3 points of complaint. Okay, at least 3 point of technical complaints that you might have regarding the product. Always mention those three points, because 3 points are essential, because this is going to come in 5 marks. And if you consider the bifurcation of marks in here, you should always give it a shot, and always give at least 3 complaints. Okay, one more thing. If you feel that the complaints will be given directly, or maybe whatever that you want to write will be given directly in the question section, no, you are highly mistaken. That's not going to happen. You literally have to do it on your own. You have to just cook complain on your own. So you have to literally do that. Okay, now once that's done, once the complaints that you are if you want to mention are done, you have to give the para number 3. Now, in para number 3, it's, as I just told you, it's the conclusion paragraph, and obviously you need to leave a line before it, again, to demark the difference between para 2 and para 3. Now, in para 3, you have to write these lines. So, let me just tell you, I have written these lines for you, so that if you are facing difficulty in figuring out the conclusion for your letter, you can always just learn these lines, fill in the blanks, and that'll be it. So para number 3 would be, since the, then dash would be the item that you are writing the complaint for is under warranty. So kindly replace it within. You can always tell the person the days, like the days in, yeah, जिन दिनों में आप उसे चेंज करवाना चाहते हो. You can always get it replaced. You can always ask for the refund, or you can always ask for, if you want to tell the person that please remove these the problems in this product. So you can always do that. So whatever that you choose, replace is not essential. You can choose whatever that is there. And if you choose to replace or whatever, please mention the days. failing which I or we will be forced to move to consumer court. Always do that. I know it might sound really rude right here, but you should do that, otherwise people don't take you seriously. So the complaint, when you're making a complaint for a product, you have literally purchased that product and you have actually invested your money in it, and if you get nothing out of it, literally you can, it's bad. So always tell the person that failing all these will be the consequences, because that's how the person is going to feel threatened of you. And maybe your product will, the thing that the complaint and everything will be sorted. Then you'll write yours faithfully and your name. Okay, so you can always do that. Now, to give you an idea of how this letter looks like when you write it fully, I have this example for you. Now you can take a screenshot or you can write it. It totally depends on you. So in this example, we have the sender's address. Now let me just tell you the sender's address. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's mark. Okay, let's have the purple pen. Okay, let's try our hands on it, because I wanted to mark this. No, it's not highlighting. Yep. So you should always mark, and it's not happening. Okay, that's between me and my computer. Okay, thank you, Mr. Computer. I did not select anything, and now I need to do that. Yeah. So this is the sender's address that's written. So it is given in the question, as you must have seen already. So it is always given in the question, and you need to just use that address right here, that sender's address. Then you have to write the date. As I told you, please write the date in full, because if you are not going to write it in full, people actually can get confused. Then you're going to mention the address. Now, as I just told you, manager is something that goes for the product. So if there is something that's given, like that's different and it's given in the question, don't write manager, please. It's already given in the question. See, write a letter to commissioner of police. So commissioner of police is already given in the question. So you have to write that only. You're going to write the entire address. Then we have the salutation and subject. Please always underline the subject to highlight it. Subject is very important, trust me. We get a lot of mails, and if you don't have subject for the mails, it actually wastes a lot of time, because we need to go through the entire letter to figure out what was it for. So subject is important, so don't forget to highlight it. Now you will see 3 paragraphs, and yeah, give it a good read. I will give it a good read for you. Through the letter, I want to raise the issue of rising crime and violence against the aged. Every other day, we hear of the murder or robbing of the elderly. There have been even some cases of old women living alone being raped. I feel police can do a lot to make the aged feel secure in their homes. Beat constables should be instructed to visit the old and aged single people from time to time. There can be special phone number at every police station for use of aged. Police officers and constables should be given special training to be sensitive to the needs of aged. I hope the police department will make some effective measures soon to prevent the crime against the aged. Now this is a complaint letter. Now let me just tell you, whatever that you have written till now is for the product, and I've already told you about the format. Now, why I wanted this specifically to be the example today? Because even these kind of questions can come in your exam. So just don't lose your mind over it. Okay, this is not a complaint letter. What should I do now? Don't lose your mind over it. You can always write this way. Okay, so body will definitely be different, but as I've told you, introduction, detail, and conclusion, and it will all get sorted. So this was the example. Then we have letter of complaining of late delivery of letters causing a lot of inconvenience to you. Letters for complaint of letters. Too much fun. So again, we have sender's address, date, and receiver's address. See, here is the letter. Now, let me just tell you, you must have seen the demarcation that's here. If you can see the cursor. So we have the first paragraph and then we have line left, like space left here. Then we have the second paragraph and then space left here. And then we have the third paragraph and then space left here. It looks presentable and the person can always make out, okay, these are the different paragraphs and this is the difference between all of these. So you can always give it a read. Coming to the next type of letter is a letter of placing order. Now, for placing order, again, you will have the address given. So whatever address that's given in the question paper, you can always write that. Write the date. Date should be full. Now, there is something that's different here in the receiver's address. So whenever you are writing a letter for placing order, make sure if you don't have a reference number in the question paper, make a reference number on your own and write the reference number. It's going to look so professional, let me tell you. Writing the reference number is not compulsory. You can always ignore it, but if you choose to write, it's always fun. Then you can mention the salutation and then subject. Let me just tell you, for the body of letter, we have, this is the body of letter. Now, again, whatever body, whatever letter that you're writing, whatever writing piece that you're writing, you have to write that into 3 paragraphs. Now, first would be introduction, second would be the detail. Third would be conclusion. So first of all, here we are going to refer to the quotation dated. You are placing an order. Okay. So whatever order that you're placing, where have you where have you got the information of it? कहाँ से मिला आपको उसका quotation? कैसे पता आपको कि जिस person को आप वो letter लिख रहे हो उसके पास वो चीज़ available है या नहीं? कैसे पता चला आपको कि आपको जो चीज़ें चाहिए वो उसके पास कितने prices में available है? उसके लिए आपने इंक्वायरी किया होगा. इंक्वायरी किया होगा तो उस पर्सन ने आपको एक कैटलॉग भेजा होगा जिसके अंदर उसने पूरा जो भी उसके पास है उसका एक एक पूरा टेबल बना के भेजा होगा, जिस टेबल के अंदर पता होगा आपको कि उसके पास एग्जैक्टली क्या क्या अवेलेबल है, उनका क्या क्या प्राइसेस है और उनके क्या क्या रेफरेंस नंबर्स हैं. सो आपको यहाँ पर रेफरेंस देना है कोटेशन डेटेड का. सो यू हैव टू रेफर टू दैट कोटेशन दैट ओके, that was the quotation that I got from your company's site and now I want such and such items to be placed, like I want to place order for such and such item. Whatever items that you're placing your order for, don't forget to make a table. If you don't make a table, it looks shabby because it will all, it will be at all places and we don't want that. We want it to look complete, neat and systematic. So list of the requirements and items that you want to order, just make the lists in the tabular format. Now, you have to mention the date on which delivery is required. So you can always mention the days or you can always mention the date on which your delivery is required. If you mention that, if you ever mention that, it is going to look amazing because the person would know exactly what are your requirements, what are the days or what are the dates that you require the order on. Always mention mention your question regarding mode of payment, or you can always tell the other person that these are the modes available with you and these are the modes that you can pay from. So modes of payment is one thing, and then you have to write that items to be in good condition and as per requirement. Always mention that the person is going to obviously send you the items as per requirement, but please mention this because it's essential. You order something and you get something, it's going to look nasty. Don't do that. So always mention that. There is one thing that you can always add into it. You can always ask for discount. So ask for discount. It can be 10%, 20% or anything, or any kind of discount that the person might be offering to you. So always ask for the discount if possible. Write the subscription that's yours faithfully, your name and your designation, and that will be it. Let's dive into the example. So this is the question that we are going to do letter for today. Now we have the sender's address. See, this is the sender's address. Now let me just tell you, I didn't have like much space in here. I forgot to leave space. You please leave the space, otherwise see, demarcation becomes ugly. Like it becomes in like आप देख नहीं सकते हो, मार्क नहीं होता है यहाँ पर, डिफरेंस नहीं दिखता है, तो ऑलवेज लीव अ लाइन बिटवीन. ये रहा हमारा सेंडर्स एड्रेस, देन वी हैव डेट एंड देन वी हैव रिसीवर्स एड्रेस. ना रिसीवर्स एड्रेस में आपने देखा होगा सबसे पहले है द सेल्स मैनेजर, तो सेल्स मैनेजर एंड देन वो एड्रेस आ गया. Subject placement of orders for electronics. I literally apologize because I actually did not leave space here. There's something, I don't know, I must have left space, but okay. So that is the subject. Now we have the paragraph. Now in paragraph 1, we are going to introduce and we are going to write, we are happy to place the order for the following items. Kindly send the following items at the above address through transport carefully. And then we have the list of items. As I told you, always make a table so that the person feels comfortable and the person can understand what do you actually want, and there are no confusions. So we want fans, 50 fans from Bajaj. We want microwaves, 25 from LG. We want ovens, 30 from Philips. We want geysers, 25 from Noah. That's what we want. And then we are going to just give dhamki here. All the items should be in good condition, well bound and packed properly. Then you are going to write the delivery, about delivery and stuff. So the item must be delivered by the end of the month of the issue of this letter. Any damage during transportation would be your responsibility. So you should just tell everything that you want to tell firstly. If you tell it afterwards, things actually go ugly. Don't do that. Tell it beforehand. Any damage during transportation would be your responsibility. As in the past also, we have never been given any opportunity to complain, and the goods have always reached us well on time and in excellent condition as per our specification. We do expect the same delivery this time as well. Kindly offer us a suitable discount as has been the practice all these years. Wow. So you should always mention that. So talk about the delivery, talk about the discount. If you don't want to talk about the mode of payment, you can always chuck it. But you can always ask, also mention that you are actually enclosing a check for example, 20% of the payment, and the person can always collect that. You can always mention that. So this is a canvas and you can imagine whatever that you want to imagine and just fill it with colors. Coming to question number 2, again we have the sender's address, date, receiver's address. So yep. Then we have the subject here, placement of sports good. Now this has reference to quotation dated. Again, जैसे हमने फॉर्मेट में देखा था, quotation आ गया. यहाँ पर हमने एक टेबल बना ली है. वी वांट फुटबॉल 10, वी वांट क्रिकेट बॉल्स 10, वी वांट टेनिस बॉल्स 20, क्रिकेट बैट्स 10. देन ये वापस से वही आएगा. ये देखो एग्जैक्टली आप इसको ऐसे ही लिख सकते हो. इफ़ यू वांट यू कैन ऑलवेज रिमेंबर दिस. ओके, आप इसको रट भी सकते हो और उसके बाद में ऐसे का ऐसे लिख सकते हो अगर आपको ऐसा लगता है दैट यू आर नॉट एबल टू फ्रेम द इंटायर लेटर. Then let's come to the last letter that we are going to discuss today. It's the letter of inquiry. Now sometimes you actually inquire about certain things from certain organizations. So let's see, how do we inquire? You have to obviously mention the address given or examination hall or the sender's address. Write the date, the receiver's address, the principal, the name of institute and address and stuff. Write dear sir and ma'am. Then write the subject. Now let me just tell you, dear sir and ma'am and respected sir and ma'am is something that I don't suggest of you right now. If you want, please write sir or ma'am, but a lot of schools emphasize on writing dear with it, so that's why I mentioned it here. Otherwise, personally, I don't suggest you writing respected sir or ma'am or dear sir or ma'am. Both are incorrect. So just write the salutation, write the subject, then we have the body. Now in body of letter we have para 1. Now para 1 will have, after reading your advertisement regarding dash. Now whatever that's given in the question, fill in the blank. I wish to make certain inquiries. Then full stop. Now this is something that's there in the introduction para. Let's come to para number 2. For example, if you have, now this is the example right here. This is the detail paragraph. Now in this you have to mention the details. Details that you're seeking from the person. Okay, for example, if you're writing it for a product, then you should be like, what are the brands available, what are the discounts that you might give to us, or maybe what are the prices and this and that. Ask about it. For example, if you're inquiring about a course, ask about the duration of course, or fee structure, or number of students per batch, or transport facility. You can always ask all these questions. So detailed paragraph is the paragraph for the questions that you want to ask. Then para 3 would be, I will be grateful if you could send me the brochure along with enrollment form so that I could register in the course at the earliest. Now here things will change. You can always write, I will be grateful if you can provide me the details. And yes, whatever that product or anything that you're asking for, then just continue with the gist of it, and that's it. So we have the example in here. So we have the sender's address, date, and then we have receiver's address, inquiry about the short-term course in personality development, and then we have all that course right here. I came across your advertisement in Hindustan Times dated 9 June. I would like to know in detail about the courses offered by your institute. I have always been interested in such programs and look forward to learning from such useful programs. I would like to add further for information that I am in class 10 so you can always give the details right here. And wish to pursue a course in personality development in summer vacation. Where do these people come from? I am so proud of this kid right here, literally. Kindly send me the details including the course, the duration, the fee structure, address given above. The payment of brochure shall be made at the time of delivery. Okay. Then we have the next question that we have here. We have the sender's address, then date, and then receiver's address. Okay, so we have inquiry about accommodation. That's amazing. I came across your advertisement in Indian Express dated 16 July and would like to know in detail about the accommodation offered by you. I have earlier to stayed at other paying guest accommodation and my track record can be verified from various owners. I am resident of Sarhanpur studying in Delhi. I'm preparing for CA. My coaching center is in Model Town and I would like to be accommodated near it to save travel time. Kindly send me the details about the type of accommodation offered, monthly charges, facilities available like attached bathrooms, Wi-Fi facility. Any other feature that you think should be informed in advance, please do share. I assure you that the rental payment shall be made on time. Now guys, the point of making the inquiry is to actually know everything beforehand. So whenever that you are actually writing a letter for inquiry, make sure that you are asking for all the essential questions here. So please do that, and it totally depends on you how you actually frame your question and what you feel is required when you ask for a product or service or anything, that way. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This was what we have studied today. Okay. So this is something that we have studied. We have done 3 letters today. Now I have told you about the formats and we have seen the examples also. Now there is one thing that I want to tell you, and that's if you are willing to actually study this in detail or maybe practice this with me, you can always join me on Plus. Now on Plus, I am going to actually make you write all of it, and we are starting a batch right for you. So if you want to focus on grammar, writing portion, reading portion, we are starting a batch for you. So you can always join us on Plus and we can practice together. I can give you assignments, you can write your assignments, you can check yourself in subjective test series maybe or try various type of letters with me, because if you do that, you actually become habitual to the kind of information that the question is going to throw on you, and you actually don't feel scared, because I can write a letter on anything that comes my way, because you have tried and tested a lot of questions before, right? So practice is the key, guys. If you want, you can join me on Plus. Whatever that I've taught you here is actually the 10% of what we offer on Plus, literally. Due to time constraints and everything, you can always join me on Plus, and we can actually study in detail. As I've already told you, the timing on Plus would be for political science 7:30 p.m., for English 3:30 p.m., and for entrepreneurship, I'll let you know. You can join me on Unacademy by following my profile on Unacademy, and you can search my name, that's Shipra Mishra, on Unacademy, and follow me there. These are the various features that you're going to get with Unacademy Plus. So I'm so excited to see you guys there. Thank you so much for joining today. And this class is going to happen every day. So please make sure that you don't miss any of it. And ask your friends to join too, or you can share the video, you can like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys later. Okay.